Good morning, everybody. Welcome. 5th March over here. We're back at another NFP day over here, and we're going to see how this goes today. Was looking at pound yen, was looking at gold. Gold is also ranging here a little bit this morning. We're also going to take a look at the pre-market here today and see where we can head off today. So gold is still ranging here. Just going to make sure that we have the stream up and running. Beautiful. Got 2 systems running at the same time. 3 systems running at the same time. My computer's been doing a lot of hard work lately. Let's take a look over here. All right. Oh, what's this? I'm from Somalia. Nice. I'm from Canada. Nice to meet you. Okay, let's take a look at the situations over here. So we have pound yen. Let's take a look at pound yen on the daily time frames, and we're going to see where it can go today. So first of all, before we begin, I want to like to say that it's a Friday. Maybe don't try to take any risky maneuvers. Don't try to take any irrational trades. I mean, if you've had losses this week, just know that on Friday, you're not going to make those losses back. It's going to be pretty hard because it's a Friday, right? Plus also we got NFP, really high volume news. So let's take a look over here. Let's see what they're expecting. So they're expecting 197,000 from 49,000. This means they're expecting a really good NFP, right? Because January was pretty bad. Looking at pretty good numbers on February, so we're going to take a look at that and see what happens. Unemployment rate is supposed to be the same, so it's going to be pretty interesting. We also don't have any CAD news here because usually, we have CAD unemployment as well, but it's not the case over here. So, it should be pretty clean moves. Let's take a look at the pre-markets here today. Haven't really seen them for a while. Oh, pre-markets are down. All right, perfect. That's it. Okay, so looking at pound yen daily time frame, of course, we're rejecting, 150, 730 right over there. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're also creating a resistance right over here now. We got a resistance forming. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, it's tapping into a support right here. Oh, it's breaking that support. Oh, there we go. It's going. Okay. Anyway, we have. There's another support down here because since it's already moving, let's take a look on the 30-minute. What made it move? Okay, so we basically broke below the low, coming down over here. Looking on the 4-hour, we're also coming into this consolidation area to the left-hand side, right? Whenever price moves down, you have to look to see, okay, if it's moving down, where can it head off to? So this is the support that I see right over here. Because during the London session, we kind of tapped into this area and then we rejected it, continued moving bullish. Now price is coming back down and tapping into this area. So we'll have to wait for this 30-minute candle to close at this point. Looking at gold in terms of NFP, the only thing I can identify is that, so gold has been moving bearish, right? Really bearish since the week started. We've just moved bearish. So look at this. 1st March, this is where the week started. 1st March, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and now we're on 5th March right over here. If you look at what they're expecting with the news, they're expecting good numbers, right? So good numbers on US dollar means gold should go down. So since it's been already moving down, it begs the question is that news already priced in, right? Has gold already made the move it had to make with those good numbers so that it doesn't really fall much with the new numbers? So that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. But looking at gold on the daily, we do have a support down in 1680, 1682, 1681 right over there. So now let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame here now. 4 hours obviously ranging at this point. Looking at the 1-hour time frame down here. Yeah, we're basically ranging here. Gold is in the range. This is a range between 1699 and you got support down here 1691. It's like a 90 pip range over here. 86, 90 pip range over here. Looking at 30-minute time frame. Yeah, we're just ranging here. There's no trade within this range because we have high volatile news. So we have to wait for the news here to see what happens. I'm going to try to do some pending orders for gold. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where we go from there. All right, let's take a look over here. Manage the trade, goes 78 pip profits. I'm taking 78% and stopped out. I'm taking 25% profit and stop loss to break even. The first mistake was you secured 25% in profits. You should always be securing majority of your positions in profits. Like 80%, 90%, and leaving like a small position run. Can you explain what you mean by being priced in? Never really understood that. So priced in means this is going to be I'm not sure how well people are going to understand this concept is, but I'm going to try to explain it, right? So let's say you have a range here, right? You got your resistance up over here and you got your support down over here. And what you see is that price is basically consolidating right now, right? Price is consolidating and there's news coming out for the price. Now, when there's a very strong news event that comes out, normally price will react to that. And let's say if gold didn't move, let's say if gold just consolidated and news came out really good for the US dollar, you would see gold move straight down, right? Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, the market has to maintain its market structure cosmetics, which means that the market will always move in like bilateral positions, like down, up, down, up. It can never always move all the way down. So when they say news is already priced in, that means to restrict the hard move down, it's already being priced in as we continue towards that news event. That's the easiest way I can explain it. So priced in means that it's already priced into the market. I mean, it's a self-explanatory term, priced in. Let's see here. Yeah, oh wow, look at that rejection on pound yen. Straight rejection here. I'm not going to be looking at any trades here today except for pending orders on gold, and that's about it. Let's take a look over here. So this is break retest right over here. Executed buys as the candle breaks the low. I think executed sells, secure 10 pips. Nice. Pretty good trade. It was in a range. I wouldn't have taken this trade because it was in a range, but it's still good. Looking for a bullish candle to form. Pound AUD right over here. TP1 is up over here. Oh, you're still in this trade over here. Okay, so now I guess I would have closed 50% when this candle closed bearish, right? Because now we've created a resistance here on the 30-minute time frame. Hey Raja, overtraded really badly, nearly lost my large account, really emotionally hurt. What would you do in a situation like that? Well, Mr. G. Olson, what I would do I've been in that situation, and the only thing I would do is I would look at all my winning trades, right? And I would look at my winning trades and I would understand that, okay, like, what, if I've had winning trades in the past, this means I'm not a bad trader. And no one's a bad trader. I mean, if you've had a large account, that means you're not a bad trader. Sometimes we make mistakes, I always say that there are only two ways you're going to lose money in the market. It's by overtrading and it's by over-risking. That's it. There's no other way. No bad analysis is going to make you lose money. I mean, with bad analysis, you may lose here and there, but like not a lot. So just understand that it was a mistake. It was the illogical decisions you made, because if we stick with logical decisions in trading, we're never going to lose large portions of our accounts. So just got to look at it from a very linear perspective that, okay, the only reason that happened was because you overtraded and over-risked. That's it. It's pretty hard to move forward from that, but it needs to be done. I'm not sure to trade today. My first winning week with only one loss on gold, which is probably, don't know why I took, because I don't know shit about gold. Yeah, I'm not trying to trade here at all. I'm having a winning week here as well. Hey Raja, I started doing funding talent account this week. I'm up 2% from taking some of your trades. Oh, nice. Looks like you owe me a stake over there then. Let's take a look on the 4-hour on pound yen. 4 hours, yeah, 4 hours just ranging over here. We'll need to see some strong moves, some strong breaks to see where we can go from there. Hey Raja, when's the mentor announcement? I'm not sure what you mean by that. When will you stop eating animals? Oh, when you will stop eating animal foods. All right, let's take a look here. When I enter position, it goes 7 to 8 pips in profit, then it goes into drawdown. What to do? when enter position goes center profit and then go into drawdown, and what to do. What happens after that when your position goes in drawdown? I think if you're two things are happening at that point, right? So when you take a position, right? When you take a position and a position goes in profits and then goes in drawdown, two things are going to happen after that. Either it's going to continue going in drawdown, which means your analysis was wrong, or it's going to stop you out and then go in your favor, right? Which means your analysis was right. Maybe your entry was too early, right? So at that point, what you need to understand is that if your analysis was wrong, you need to take a look at that and see that, okay, how could you have had a better analysis, right? Was there something you missed or ignored, But if price is stopping you out and then going in profits in your favor, then you need to take a look at that, okay, maybe your entry was a little too early or a little too late. How could you have given your trade a second chance? In my situation, how would you move forward and how would you fund your account? First thing is I would just maybe not even look at the markets here today at all. Nothing. Not look at the markets at all. Take a break. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Sunday, I might go over all my trades of the week except for the over trading trades. And then from Monday, I may start over again. Monday, Tuesday, I may start over again. And just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. The best thing you can do for yourself as a trader is to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. There's no ifs, buts around that. Here's what happened, right? Human psychology, like we cannot make more than 2 or 3 emotional decisions in a day. That's a given fact. And when it comes to making decisions around money, every decision made around money is an emotional decision. So you need to understand, like, when you take 1 or 2 trades, you're making 1 or 2 emotional decisions. But as soon as you move into like the 3rd trade and the 4th trade and the 5th trade, that's where your decision making start to get a little blurry a little bit. So that's where things start to get really, really risky. So I only focus on 1 or 2 trades. It's been working a lot. We have some members here in the Market Fluidity and in YouTube too. Like, they've been focusing on 1 or 2 trades, and it has been helping. The only thing is it takes time. It takes time, and most people don't have the patience to do that. So patience is really, really important. Give it time, man. 1 or 2 trades a day, it will pull through. Trust me on that. It's pulled through for me, for some of my friends over here, some of the members here too. So, all right, let's take a look at this chart over here. No trade zone. No trade zone. No trade zone. Buys on gold about 1700. Yeah, looks good. We're just ranging over here on gold. I'm actually going to wait for NFP. Here's what I'm going to do. Right, here's how I'm going to execute on a pending order on gold. So let's say, for example, gold closes with a 30-minute candle like this, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sell stop below the low of the 30-minute candle, and I'm going to put a buy stop above the high of the 30-minute candle. That's all what I'm going to do. If buys gets activated, perfect, I make money. If sells get activated, perfect, I make money. If both get activated, then obviously we get fucked, right? But that's the whole idea. The idea is to put a buy stop above and below the candles for NFP. That's it. Nothing too complicated. What about stop loss? There's no stop loss. Stop loss is going to be your finger on the close button. That's where the stop loss is going to be. Finger on the close button. Good morning, Raja. Hope you're well. This is my trade idea for GBP AUD. Actually, let's break down GBP AUD here together. Oh, what's this? This comment has been made by Mr. FX Magic. I'm still finding it difficult drawing support and resistance lines that work. Please help, please. I think first thing you need to do is maybe change your name from FX Magic to maybe FX Newbie or something like that, because with that name I think you should know what's happening in the charts, right? So I think the name should go with the personality. Let's look at this on a daily time frame. So daily is bullish. Obviously we're rejecting 1.804440. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours ranging at this point. We got a resistance up over here. We got a support right down over here. Let's remove all other analysis from this point. And let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame. So see, So see what I did? I went to the 4-hour time frame. I identified resistance on the 4-hour time frame, and then I identified support on the 4-hour time frame. And then I went towards the 1-hour time frame, and now I see, okay, we have a support here, but then we got another support down over here. So what I'm going to do is maybe I want to bring it down a little bit, and now this is our support, right? This is my support right here. I'm going to put a yellow line, and this yellow line is going to indicate that if price breaks below this area, we have clean candle to the left hand side for a potential sell. You know, at the same time, we got resistance up over here. We're looking at the 30-minute time frame at this point now. Looks like the 30-minute is breaking below this minor support in hopes to probably continue down in this. That's a pretty good range here. 19-20 pip range, pretty nice. All right, let's take a look at this chart here now. Okay, looking for sells over here. Potential sells if we break below. Nice. Nice, very nice. Kind of like the same analysis I have over here. GPAUD. The only thing is if the 15-minute candle closed below, now you need this 15-minute candle to break the low over here for price to really continue down. That's what we need at this point, to break this low here for price to continue down. And that in turn will make the 30-minute candle close bearish as well. So I think we'll need the 30-minute candle to close below this area for price to continue down. But I also think a much better sell is going to be below 1.79, 680, 650 because you got cleaner ranges over here. How many pips will you target on gold if your buy or sell stop are activated? I'm just going to close, you know, because I think if it's going to move, it should move pretty solid. I mean, there should be a lot of volume in this movement, so I'm just going to try to secure whatever I can at that point. How does gold tend to react when NFP good versus bad? Well, when it's good, sometimes it goes down. When it's bad, sometimes it goes up. When NFP is bad, sometimes it goes down. And when it's good, sometimes it goes up. And at times it ranges. You know, at times nothing happens. So it's really hard to say what's going to do at this time.
Hey Raja.
Hey man, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, man?
Good, good.
I think also your week was pretty good, I saw.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations, man. I have a question about the potential pending order on gold. What I not get at this moment is the thinking is we are making a buy stop and a sell stop order, right?
I am making a buy stop and a sell stop order.
Sure. But what confuses me in this case is there's no stop loss. Okay, I noticed. But you were talking from a 30-minute candle, right? You mean the last 30-minute candle before the news are released?
Yep.
Okay. Because I was thinking about your support and resistance levels there, and my thinking was if it would be a clever idea for myself, to be honest, to place any buy stop or sell stop order below these areas, and therefore I wanted to ask if you are just watching the 30-minute and placing it there for the 30-minute candle, or if you use your support and resistance levels which we use normally.
No, just a 30-minute candle.
Just okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll see what happens. What's this over here? Took a trade based on a break of 15-minute, but it reversed and hit my stop loss. I think it was right over here. But it again reversed and closed my trade complete, but then the next candle simply flushed down. Oh, yeah, I think this candle closed with a small body. So small body, you needed a solid candle closing below. But this is pretty hard analysis anyway. You know, at this time, I'm just going to say it is what it is. It was pretty hard analysis here. Maybe looking at the 30-minute may give you some more idea of how price went down with clean candles, but 15-minute was it was pretty tough to look at. Have you got gold pending orders and buy sell stops? No, not yet. Waiting for NFP, says right here. We're waiting for NFP. Hey Raja, I own crypto domain. I own your what? Hey, I own your crypto domain. Please don't hesitate if you would like to buy it. I don't want to buy any crypto domain. Can you explain what are psychological levels? Psychological levels are basically, from what I understand, is that they are even whole numbers, right? Like 1700, 1705, 1710. Just like on pound yen, oh, look at the rejection. Just like on pound yen, you got 149, 400, 600, 800, 150, 200, 400. So these are like psychological levels, like 150, 600, 800. So price normally tends to react to these even numbers right here, even odd numbers. But I mean, if it does react to that, I would think that's a coincidence, right? But if there's a technical level and a technical reason for price to react to those levels, and so be it. So those are basically psychological whole numbers. That's why yesterday when we were buying pound yen, we were aiming for 150 because 150 is a strong psychological level. I only use pending orders. Is that wrong? Well, if you're taking losses, then obviously it's wrong. But if you're taking wins, I think it's a pretty good idea. Wow, look at that pound AUD. Candle didn't really break the low and came right back in the range. Pretty sticky situation. What would you say buys if the hour closes like this? Well, we can't talk about ifs if it's not happening. So we have to wait for the time. Just wondering if you've heard of Sharma IG, would consider having her on the stream as a guest. Yes, she's a member of Market Fluidity. And anyone's welcome here to talk, especially on Fridays. If you don't react in time and you freeze, if price moves against you, and yeah, things are going to get really, really bad if you don't, react in time, especially on gold. What about the Fed chairman saying that they're not raising interest rates last night? Could that have been the big dip on gold? Instead, news today priced in. If they're talking about not raising the interest rates, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because I do know that the Biden administration, they do want higher interest rates, right? They want higher interest rate. I'm not sure how they're going to react to the Japanese even lowering their interest rates. So I think in March we're going to find out. I think in March there's also Japan rates over here. How do you make this weekly? Next week.
Roger.
Hello.
I think all over the world, I think governments are going to be super cautious with regards to raising any kind of interest rates, especially considering the economic situations we're in. You see, so you're raising interest rates and things, and that has an impact at the bottom line in our pockets. So I think they're going to want things to just keep flowing. So I don't think anybody's going to be raising anything anytime soon.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think once they start opening up things back again, that's when they start to do that because they really lowered it down a lot.
Yeah, we've had low interest rates for so long all over the world, really. And I don't think in this situation it's going to help at all with regards to, half the economies of the world are just shut down at the moment,
Yeah, exactly.
So things open up. And I think also if you look at in the UK where I am, in the sense that, our vaccine program has been super successful. And it means that potentially we open up faster. Something about Europe a little bit, their vaccine program hasn't gone as well. And, some of their foreign ministers are not happy with that, with their own governments,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there is that.
Yeah, they got some family issues happening there in Europe.
Yeah, a little bit of conflict. We were lucky.
Yeah.
But it's the vaccines potentially mean we can open up sooner. Sunak has kind of in a way he's played a very tight game. There's not much he can do if he starts taxing people too heavily. I mean, with no income to take, that's going to be a disaster for the British economy.
Yeah.
So everyone's sensitive, and the things they do, they can't really raise taxes at the moment. They can't really. All they can do is just borrow and spend.
and hope that this, this is sort of the worst of it is over,
Yeah, I know, that's right. Yeah, we can just hope for the best at this time. All right, so this is potential buys above 140,500. Oh, 400, 140, 400. Okay, no trade zone. Potential sells below 149,850. Looks good. So above this area, you're looking for buys. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. What I was thinking is that if we break above, 149,900, is there an opportunity for price to continue up? This is a pretty big range here, 223, 20, like 30 pips right up over there. But the only problem is this rejection around 150. So that's something I'm going to be cautious about. But the only trade I'm going to take today is going to be pending orders on gold on NFP. Will NFP make pound yen crash? No, not really. It may affect it a little bit. Maybe it may throw some wicks here and there, but other than that, it's probably not going to do that. I missed the risk management class, and I would like to know if I could get it in my email. I didn't pay, would like to pay and have it. Is that possible? No, that's not possible. It was advertised for about a month, and if you missed it, you missed it. You gotta be on time, man. You gotta be on time. Like, it wasn't like 5,000, it was like $50. US30, waiting for a break and close above the link. No trade zone, price sells below. Yeah, you'll see that. I think we might see US30 range here a little bit too before NFP. Let's remove all analysis here. Let's take a look on the daily. Daily is rejecting way down over there. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're coming up over here, breaking above this minor resistance here on the 4-hour. Looking at the 1-hour, we're approaching this resistance area here. We got 2 minutes left. And if we close below 30,970, yeah, I think we're still in the range at that point. And we'll have to wait for NFP to see where price is going to move. All right, executed impulse sell over there, booked 80% profits. Nice. What would you think about an impulse entry on this chart? The traffic to the left was a long time ago. Let's take a look at this analysis over here. This analysis is US oil. We're back at $65 here. I have a buddy, he's been holding oil options from $20. I'm not sure how options work, but he's been holding them for about a year and a half now. $20. Looking to enter here as there is no traffic to the left. See, I think you'll have to look at the smaller time frame too for price to move up here. I mean, technically it looks good. Technically also, what it may seem like, it may do like a little bit of a retest to continue up too. So like if your stop is below the 4-hour candle, I think technically it should continue moving bullish since it's already moving up over here. Hey, do you have any mental advice on how to prepare yourself for the average or losing time after a very good solid month? What I do is, when I have, okay, so let's say I've been having a blue month, a blue week the whole week, right? I've had no losses this week. And if I take a losing trade, I'm just going to call it a day at that time. Because you guys have to understand, right? Whenever you take one trade is one trade, whether it's a winning trade or whether it's the losing trade. One trade is one trade. You take one trade, if it's a win, you thank God. you try to really, like, you try to see how you can replicate it the next time, and you call it a day. If it's a losing trade, you're like, okay, then you got to see that, okay, did you manage risk in that losing trade? If you managed risk in that losing trade, then that's a win because you lost less than what you expected to lose, right? But if it's a full out losing trade, then that means your analysis was wrong, and that's going to give you an opportunity to learn how could you have done things differently. So that's what I do. When I take a losing trade, I just call it a day because like one trade is one trade, whether it's a winning trade or a losing trade. The only thing you can fuck things up is by just like, taking another trade and really compounding those losses. It's not going to work that way. But as we can see here, price is just ranging on gold. We're ranging on pound yen over here. Let's take a look at USD/JPY. USD/JPY has been on a tear. It's just been moving bullish. We were looking for price to fill this wick at 108, 160 yesterday. We filled it from this daily candle. Now we're approaching another strong area, which is at this wick right over here to the left hand side. Take a look right over here. right here, right? This is from 9th June 2020. Let's take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame here. We move to the left hand side. Yeah, look at that rejection. Makes sense. So this is where we're at on USDJPY here as well. We're creating a resistance, and now possibly we're creating this range over here. See this range? So we had price created support, and then boom, price went up in London session. And now we're in this range. This is oh nice, this is a 30 pip range on USDJPY. This is how USDJPY used to move back in the day. 30 pip ranges, 35 pip ranges. Nice, I guess volume is coming back then. What if you lose your first trade? Would you give a second chance? Yes, I'll give it a second chance. Off my bias. With pending orders on gold, do you place them below the wick? Yes. So this is what I'm trying to do on gold over here. We'll have a candle. These are going to be the wicks. And this is how it's going to look like. Buy stop above wick right here. We all can see it. And then there's going to be a sell stop below wick. And obviously, like, you know, it has to be a couple pips below, like 3-4 pips below. And that's how I'm going to play this out. And yes, so that's what I'm going to target here today. Beautiful. Plan is set here for today. NFP, buy stop above the wick, sell stop below the wick, potential gold pending orders on 30-minute time frame. There was one time both got activated, and yeah, it was a bad day. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Is there a quick way to cancel any set pending orders using magic keys? No. You have to manually do it from your MetaTrader. What you said there hit me hard last week. I was taking one trade a day up to this week, Monday. I had grew my account up to 6%, but since Tuesday, I started taking losses. And that one trade rule went out the window. Yeah, that's what happens. You have to focus on those one trade a day rule. Hey, Raja, just got in. What are your pending orders? Just heard you have no stop loss. How do you control risk in that scenario? And can you call out where you, yeah, so it's right here. This is going to be the pending orders on 30-minute time frame, no stop loss. Your stop loss is going to be your ability to close out the trade ASAP as it goes into drawdown. Because once you have a pending order and it gets activated and price moves against you, you got to shut that shit down. You know, because whenever you use pending orders, right, this is very, very important. I may not say a lot of important things, but this is really, really important. Whenever you take a pending order, let's say a buy stop or sell stop, you're expecting price to continue moving, right? You're not expecting price to come back down. You're expecting it to continue moving in that direction. That's why you put a pending order, a buy stop or sell stop. But if it gets activated and price starts to move against you, then there's a very high probability it will move against you and activate the other order you have. So, like, you know, you'll have to be very cautious about pending orders over here. How could NFP affect the market? Well, we will see right here. We're all going to take deep breaths, and then we're going to take pending orders, and we'll see what happens. Oh, also.
Morning, Raja.
Hey, good morning, Michael.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, Siraj. Just a couple questions. I'm on Forex Factory, and again, I'm a newbie, but I'm looking at, when you mentioned NFP, I see it's like 5:30 a.m. It's got like a little red folder. Does that mean it hasn't passed yet? So what time is that supposed to happen at?
What time is it over there for you right now?
I'm in Montreal, so it's 7:05 a.m. here.
Oh, okay.
Same time as you guys, yeah.
Yeah, so NFP is at 8:30. So what you need to do is if you go to Forex Factory,
Right.
you'll see the time here on the top.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
So if you click that time, and then it's going to show you time zone. So you then need to choose your correct time zone.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, because you must have
That
thought
makes sense.
you saw
I was
5:30.
like, what? Yeah. I was like, it already happened. What am I? Am I missing it? Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Will you go with normal lots or will you decrease lot size? I'm going to decrease lot size for my pending orders. The lot size are going to be decreased. What if the previous 30-minute candle is 50 pips long? Would you still use pending orders? Yeah, I just said I use pending orders, whether it's 50 pips big, 100 pips big. I'm using pending orders. When you started your trading journey and how the idea came to you to trade Forex. So this is a story time right now. So what basically happened was I had a business, right? And we were doing door-to-door sales. We had a bunch of agents and they would go door to door and try to sell water filters, water softeners, stuff like that. And we had a lot of downtime. And during that downtime, one of my agents, he was in this MLM called Wealth Generators. I'm sure some people know about that. Wealth Generators, later it became IML and then became IM Academy, whatever. And he came to me one day and he's like, hey man, look, I made $50 here today. I'm like, oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Is that stocks? He's like, no, that's Forex. I'm like, oh, what the hell's that? He's like, oh, you buy and sell currencies. So I'm like, oh, so you bought currencies? He's like, no. It's an app, MetaTrader. I'm like, oh, okay. And then this one time I was just like, downtime. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw some posts about a MetaTrader and all this money guys were making. I'm like, oh shit, this is interesting. And then I found Ted's Instagram and Ted was doing really, really well. And I'm like, wait a minute, this guy is making way more than I am in less amount of time. I'm like, what's happening over here? And that's how I got interested in Forex. So basically my whole interest came from me not having much to do, right? Because I was running a business and during that business, when you have downtime, you start to look at other avenues to do things or other ways you can make money and all that stuff. So that's what happened. I was free. I had nothing to do. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can make some extra money on the side. Do you expect the news to affect gold before the news? Like earlier this week? Probably not because we're still ranging over here. But anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. So I'm just waiting for 8:30 and then I'm going to put my buy stops and sell stops on gold and then we'll see what happens. Which candle wick below you use for sell stop? Deepest wick below or normal support wick? It says right over here. Sultan says right over here. This is the wick. Buy stop above the wick. Sell stop below the wick. It's not complicated. So we're waiting. Hey, good morning, Mr. Quento Nirongin-Kilo. Please take a look at my chart. All right, let's take a look over here. This is a candle close below. Entered sell as a break the low. Okay. Secured profits and then price went up. Oh, nice. Beautiful. You secured profits and the price went up. I think Zoom chat is real. Gulag is not us. No, you are the Gulag. Zoom chat is the Zoom chat. Can you show us why trend lines doesn't work to take buy or sell? I don't know enough about trend lines to show you how they do and do not work. How old were you when you discovered Forex? I was 28. 28, 29. Yes, 28, 29. Do you expect extended lockdowns in Japan to affect GJ? Yes, I do expect it to affect GJ. Extended lockdowns means a weaker yen, right? A weaker yen means more bullish pound yen. So we'll see how that goes in the next coming weeks. Could you please share your knowledge about pending order? Yes, it's right over here. Pending orders. Pending orders, I place them above the wick and below the wick. No stop loss. I put my finger on the X in case price goes in drawdown, and that's how I do pending orders. Also, whenever you're using pending orders, especially on NFP, right? This is also very important. You have to understand that whenever you use pending orders on a high volume news, you will get slipped, right? Slippage means, let's say you have a buy stop up over here, right? The price will move so fast that it will slip your order from up over here to way up over here. That's what slippage is. You can't escape slippage. There's no cure for slippage, just like, you know, the virus. There's no cure for slippage. If it happens, it happens. You know, if you get slipped, you get slipped. There's nothing you can do about that. And then you just have to close your position, and that's basically about it. So you have to understand, like, whenever you use buy stops and sell stops, you can get slipped, and slippage means a losing trade. Just a personal opinion, I think trend lines do work, but you need higher time frames confirmations on those as well. Yes, I think every technical analysis work. You just need to put in that time to really watch, you know, how those are respected in different session times. Oh, what's this question here? Really, what do you think about planning for your future businesses when you're broke? Is it a viable way to be successful in business when you finally get the funds? I don't know what that question means, but I think what that question means is that how do you plan a business when you're broke? I don't know. You try to see how you can help people in a certain way. Maybe through consulting, maybe through, you know, some coaching, or maybe through like pitching an idea of some product you think people may need, or a product that may solve an issue. I mean, there are a lot of ways. Is trading on MetaTrader 4 on your phone during NFP a bad idea? It's a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you why it's a bad idea. What I've seen in the past, that if you trade high volatile news events on your phone, your MetaTrader, where's my phone? Your MetaTrader on your phone is going to freeze, right? It's more prone to freeze on your phone. Your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, whatever you have, it's more prone to freeze on your phone. So when it freezes and you're in a trade, oh man, yeah, so you gotta be on the computer. Good morning, team. Good morning. Good morning. Let's take a look at your JPY here. All right, let's remove all analysis. Let's go towards the daily time frame. Daily is still bullish over here. We're still rejecting 129.620. Looking on the 4-hour, 4-hour is a volatile candle. And what I mean by a volatile candle is that this candle broke the high of the previous candle and broke the low of the previous candle. So this becomes a volatile candle, right? Volatile candles are which basically don't know where to go. Just like, you know, when you have someone with a volatile personality, like a bipolar disorder or whatever, no offense though, you know, when they don't know what to do, when they can't make a decision. So that's what it means with this volatile candle. It moved up, broke the high, broke the low, doesn't really know what to do at this point. So let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame here. Looking at the 1 hour, I think we can further adjust our resistance now. This is the resistance we have on the 1 hour time frame. Looking at the smaller time frame now, we have a support down over here at this time. I think right over here would make sense. So we're just ranging over here now. I'm trying in demo for buy stops, sell stops to see the experience. Oh yes, it's going to be quite an experience. If non-pump payroll is good for the dollar, if it's good for the dollar, we will see a decline in gold. We may break below 1690 and move into 1682 if numbers are really, really good, you know. So we'll see what happens. I mean, really good numbers are going to be above 197 because they'll be more than expected. That's going to be a really, really good NFP above 197. I also, now here's the thing, right? Some states have taken off the lockdown restrictions. They've taken off the mask mandate. So I'm not sure whether that's going to affect the NFP here, or will that affect March NFP in April? You know, because that's what has happened, and that's positive news for the US dollar, and that should maybe decline gold more, you know, below 1690 down to 1682. So that's something interesting to take note of too. So we'll see what happens.
I know Texas took off their face mask mandate, and there's a lot of news about Florida possibly being next as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There was a good joke someone made that what's trashy? What place is trashy when you're broke, and what place is classy when you're rich? Florida. Florida was the answer. When you're doing well, you're like, oh yeah, we're going to Florida. But if weird things happen, oh yeah, that only happens in Florida.
Not lying.
Sunshine State, man.
Yeah.
Sunshine State.
Yeah, the Sunshine State. Sometimes the sun shines there too much, and sometimes it shines where it's not supposed to shine. What's the difference between buy sell stop and buy sell limit? Buy stop is placed when you're expecting price to move up, right? Buy limit is placed when you expect price to retrace, hitting a level and then retracing. Best thing to do is to just Google that idea, and you're going to learn a lot from that. Trust me.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, Lucky.
Okay. So, I got a little question for you, if that's okay.
Mhm.
Your advice is like to kind of unlearn past things, what you learned in the past, and is it like just trying to forget the past things, or is there something else?
Learning from the past things basically means that, let's say you take a losing trade, right? Let's say you take a losing trade. Now, you have to take a look at that and see that, okay, how could you have had a better trade, or how could you have seen something that wasn't there? Like let's say, for example, right? For example, let's say someone takes a sell as this candle right over here, as this candle breaks the low right over here for it to continue down, right? Someone takes a sell here, price comes up, and then you get stopped out. Right? So sometimes you're going to get stopped out without any confirmation, because, like, let's say if this candle closed bearish like this above the support and you still held your sell, that means you held a bad trade, and the next candle basically, like, broke the high here and then you got stopped out. So what you can maybe learn from that is that, okay, maybe let's say even though if you entered down at support right here as it broke the low with this wick, right, and if price closed back in the range, maybe you can look at that and say that, okay, even though if I took a loss, let's see how I could have taken a lower loss than what I did. So you're going to look at that and say, okay, maybe when this candle closed, I could have closed 50% off my trade. So
Yeah.
so that's what I mean by, like, learning from losses, and like sometimes the analysis is completely wrong, so we can take a look at that and say that, okay, what did we miss in the time, or what did we not realize?
Thank you for that. But like if you're coming from like another strategy that you learned in the past, like from another course or something, and you try to like take this course now from you, is there anything to watch out for? Like you say like it's unlearn and relearn.
Yes.
And is it just forgetting everything you learned in the past from other courses and stuff?
It's basically, I don't like to talk about market fluidity here on the stream, but since you brought it up, it's basically forgetting everything, right? Forgetting all indicators, all, like, terminologies, everything. So the whole concept of unlearn and relearn is to strip away everything you've known before and starting from fresh, right? And what I mean by that is, like, once you go through the unlearn and relearn section, you're going to find out that like we're starting from the very basics of candles, only candles, only price action, the way the candles move, the way they, like, react to each other. And that's basically what we mean by, unlearn and relearn. Like, you're unlearning everything and you're relearning from the start. Just simple naked charts, basically.
All right. Thank you so much, Roger.
Yeah, you're welcome. But you're going to enjoy it, though.
I will.
Can you post a link in Ted's chat? It has been posted in Ted's chat.
Hey, Raja.
Hey, Michael.
I'm going to pick your brain again today. So NFP, yesterday, Thursday, with the Federal Reserve in the US, Powell had some positive news in regards to the American dollar. I don't know if there's anybody else there that might want to comment on this. So when you talk about your pending orders on gold coming up on the NFP, buying above and below the wick, I have the feeling that, and I could be wrong, but I have more of the feeling that the news is going to be good again for the dollar, and we're going to continue seeing a dip with markets like Euro USD or G, the British Pound American Dollar. And wouldn't that make gold drop down to the next levels like 1677 or 1644? Or am I just off?
No, that makes
sense. I have a bias that gold is going to drop and the dollar is going to remain strong. That's just because there's also the stimulus thing that might happen in the States with Biden. So I'm just thinking out loud here, and I was hoping you could give me an opinion on that.
No, that makes sense. I mean, technically, if you look on the weekly, right? Technically, we look on the weekly support is around 1675, 1680. So you're right on the money with that, right? And you're absolutely right. Like they are looking at a lot of positive things with the dollar too, like, especially with the they're removing some restrictions from certain states, so that's also good for the dollar. So technically we should be coming down towards 1680, right?
Okay, yeah.
But if price has something else in mind, then I mean, it is what it is at that point.
Agreed. Yeah, the market pretty much does what it wants. So.
Yeah, but I do believe if we break below 1690, 1689, 88, our next stop is around 1680, 1682, 81. Basically.
I'm at 1677 and then 1644 after that one. But
okay. 1644.
Is
Way down over here. Oh yeah, I see that right over here on the daily.
Yeah.
1642, 43, 44.
I just have a feeling that the dollar is going to be strong. I mean, the stimulus package, Powell yesterday with the Federal Reserve kind of laughed everything off. And so I don't know. The dollar's been weak for months now. So.
Yeah, they basically said, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be all okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts. I have a feeling gold will go down. But then again, don't, I could be dead wrong. So.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, what's going to be amazing is that at NFP, I have a sell stop, and the sell stop gets activated, and we break below 1689, 88, and start pushing down. That's going to be the best scenario. But at the same time, what I've also noticed is that whenever news comes in at 8:30, sometimes gold's not going to move a lot. But if the numbers are really, really big and gold doesn't move, by New York Stock Exchange, it really starts moving, because sometimes, the market needs some time to absorb a news event. So once it starts absorbing the news event, and when equities start opening at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, that's when we start seeing really good pushes, on commodities and equities and stuff like that.
Thank you, Roger.
New Zealand dollar correlates directly with gold, and it's been on a nasty bearish slope as well.
Oh. New Zealand dollar.
Yeah, New Zealand and Australia. I think New Zealand's the largest, and Australia is the third largest gold producer of the world.
Yeah, Australia has some correlation as well. I've also seen that. Have you ever got more than 20 pips? Yes. On Wednesday on gold, I got around 30 pips. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is pound yen. If a candle broke and closed above the highs of previous, I want to take a buy for price to continue moving bullish. All right, let me just mute. Yeah, that makes sense. If we do close above this area for price to move up, because we got some sort of minor resistance right over here. Hey Raja, I moved from UJ to GJ after terrible ranges on UJ. First chart on GJ. Let's take a look over here. First chart on GJ. Buys about 149, 880, 45 pip range. I think one thing you're ignoring is that this minor resistance right over here. So maybe correct that as well. And also, if price does break above this area, you have to keep in mind this rejection here as well. you know, because this may cause some sort of an issue. Even though we have clean candles moving down, that rejection may or may not cause some issues as we start to go up. As far as support is going, I think sells are pretty difficult here because we got a lot of wicks. We got wicks over here, we got a wick over here, we got wicks over here. So it gets pretty difficult. But it's a pretty good chart though, pretty good chart. I mean, your labeling is nice, the ranges are nice. You know, one thing you're going to notice moving to pound yen from US to JPY is that you'll notice that there are much cleaner ranges, bigger ranges to play with as well. What percentage do you risk for NFP trading? Probably around 1%, 0.5%, 1%. How did you learn Forex? Oh, let me show you. Actually, let's take a look at this chart here and then I'm going to show you. Gold is consolidating, yes. NFP is going to break this consolidation, man. Look at this. We've been consolidating for how long? Oh, 17 hours we've been consolidating for. So I only read one book on trading, and I'm going to show you guys that book. I still have that book. All right, coming all the way here in my closet. Yes. This is the only book I read. 10 Essentials of Forex Trading. Really good book. The only thing I read from this book was the chapter on consolidations. That's it. And they said that the bigger the consolidation, the bigger the break. That's the only chapter I read. I'm a very selective reader, that's why. This book I got from the Milton Public Library in 2016, and I still have it. I didn't steal it, I just forgot to return it, and then we moved, and then the library was too far to return it. And that's what it is. Yeah, look at that.
With the new SUV.
Oh, in the new SUV? Yeah, no, I'm not sure what they're gonna say. Hey, this book has been missing for 5 years. Where has it been? All right. Let's see here. Will you enter a trade today? And if yes, which one? And up or down? Well, Susana Alvarez, what trade are you going to enter? Will it be up or down? I'm actually going to wait for 8:30 a.m. Eastern, around 1 more hour. I'm going to be executing a trade in 1 hour. Let's make that easy for everybody. In 1 hour, I'm going to be executing a trade on gold, and either it's going to be a big loss or it's going to be a big win. So that's going to be true gambling situation here today. What's the title of the book? All right, let me put the name over here. Title of the book: 10 Essentials of Forex Trading. Jared F. Martinez. This is the author right over here. Jared F. Martinez.
I don't like that guy, Raja.
Oh, really?
No, I bought his course, expensive ass course. I spent a lot of money with that guy.
How much was it?
Okay, so the actual course was like $4,000, and then I bought like 2 automated systems with him. I spent over $10,000 with him.
Oh, you bought a car?
Dude, you have no idea. Every time you talk about that guy, I'm just like, if I could strangle him.
Damn.
I don't know about his book. I'm sure that his book, he had really good knowledge, and he was good, but it was a bullshit course. Let's be honest.
What was the name of the guy?
Right here.
Jared,
Yeah,
Merton Jared or something.
Jared F. Martinez. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a rich person, man. You spent 10
Not
G's
anymore.
on...
No, I didn't say 50K. I said 10K. I said 5,000 the first course, and then I had 2 automated systems from them as well.
Holy, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's Market Traders Institute. Please do not buy their course. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, morning, morning, Raya.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, I spent around 5,000 with that guy, MTI. Well, yeah, they're pretty heavy
Exactly.
with the fees.
Man, you guys got money to spend on courses. Damn.
Really happy I didn't send them any money. They keep sending me spam emails. I had to like block them. MTI, trading strategies. MTI trading strategies. Is that it?
Yes, that's the guy. You see some of
So
some of their ads on YouTube.
So
That's
the
how I
question
found
was, did the EA made you any money?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh no. It's like really long-term EAs. I think it was all just bullshit, just to sell. Honestly.
It was just bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, it was bullshit just to sell for sure.
When 1,000 people buy $1,000 course, it makes the seller a millionaire. At $4,000, well, you know what? It doesn't take. I think what is it? 50 people.
Oh, this one right here?
That's right.
Oh, I've seen the advertising in YouTube.
That's it.
And
Yep.
he has a lot of great reviews.
Oh, Jared Martinez.
Now, are they real or are they fake?
Yeah,
Don't use
someone can
any-
copy and paste that picture out of a Sears catalog. You know what I mean?
Do they show any like any of their trades that they take or stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so.
He said Sears
He's
catalog.
they have like live sessions as well.
Oh.
They're super expensive.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I should start charging the gulag for these live sessions then. Damn.
A reason more to press the like button right now.
Where's the price? I can't even see the price over here.
Because you have to send
Check-
the
check
email,
me-
your social security, and everything.
Oh,
Hey, Roger,
okay.
they're in Orlando, which is like 4 hours
There
from
you
Miami.
go. That's the
We'll
one.
stop by
Yep,
next
that's the
time
one.
we're down.
Yeah. Right trader begin.
$8,000?
It says $8,000, but what they do is they tell you that there's a discount, and instead of paying $8,000, you pay like $4,000 basically, and that's I'm sure that's what they do for everybody.
Damn.
$2,500.
The
Clearly,
higher the price for the course, the likely you will succeed, Roger. You don't notice that?
clearly identified the correct times to enter and exit the market. Well, high volume times. Damn, that's crazy. Who's
Wow.
seen? Yeah, insane. Tell CoffeeZilla. All right, let's see where Gulag is going crazy over the prices. What are your thoughts on IM Academy? I think anything to do when you're paying like a monthly fee for something. I don't know, man. IM Academy, they're more about recruiting. It's more of a recruiting business. It's not a whole lot of like, trading and this. It's more of like recruiting. They say it openly. In IM Academy, if you want to be successful, the main money is in recruiting. Because trading, it takes a long time. Recruiting, it doesn't take a long time. All right. Do you consider this region relevant? Oh, yes. Yes. This region I consider relevant. Sorry. I think I overlooked that over here. I do consider that relevant. The only relevancy this region would have is that if price does continue moving up, it may reject this area to do sort of a retest to continue moving bullish. That's what I'm going to keep that in mind as it starts breaking above, 149, 860, 870. Yeah, crazy. There was a guy I met in Pakistan. He went to Singapore and he got this person's course. I think it was like $30,000. And I was like, what? What are you guys doing over there, man? Where'd you guys get all this money from? It was from this Asian guy. He has 3 or 4 Lamborghinis. No, not Adam Koo. There's some other guy. He has 3 or 4 Lamborghinis in Singapore, I think. I forget the name. Like when I remember, I'm gonna.
Is it Rainer Tao?
No, Rainer. No, it's not Rainer.
Rainer Teao.
Rainer's a
That's the Philippine
stock.
guy, right?
Yeah, he's a
He's
stock
in
trader.
Singapore. I watched a lot of his videos actually.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, yeah, no, not this guy. I'm trying to get him on the live streams here.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's playing hide and seek with me. He's not replying. Yeah, Rainer Tia.
You can download the book in the link. I sent it in the chat.
I can photocopy the book and send it to you too if you want. Have it in a binder. That's what we used to do in school, you know, like one of our friends would buy a book, we just photocopy it.
Everything is for free here.
We still do it. Hey, do you have the PDF? Send it to me.
Yeah.
I sent it in the chat.
Oh yeah, damn.
All right, so we got 54 minutes left for NFP, and then I'm going to be entering a buy stop and sell stop on gold. What are pending entries? Yeah, we're going to see what they are now. What would you say a good stop loss in pips on gold from entry on NFP? See, here's the thing, right? So if we look at this example over here, right? Let's just zoom in over here. So let's say, for example, this 30-minute candle is closing right before NFP. So based on this, my buy stop is going to be right above this candle over here, and sell stop is going to be right below this candle right over here, right? If the next candle, so let's say this is my sell stop, and let's say this is my buy stop. Let's remove this middle arrow over here. If price activates the buy stop, I'm expecting it to continue moving bullish. If it activates the sell stop, I'm anticipating it to continue moving bearish. If, for example, it activates the buy stop and goes in a drawdown, I'm closing everything ASAP. There's no stop loss, there's no nothing. So when you're executing on buy stops and sell stops on high volatile news events, you have to understand, you have to get out of the trade as soon as you can if it goes in drawdown. So that's what I'm going to be looking for here in about 52 minutes. Pound yen is also kind of like ranging here. Very difficult price action on pound yen over here. Gold ranging, Euro JPY also ranging here. Difficult price action. USD JPY is also in the range right now before NFP. I mean, it's pretty tough at this point. If I join your group, am I eligible to trade with you live? No. And can I get to your entry as well? No. Come on, man. You're not qualified for that anyway now at this point. Been into trading for about 3 years, trading with no rules, but only started taking it seriously for 1 year now. Oh, nice. Yeah, Gabriel, I've seen a big change in you now.
Yeah, it really has been. Thank you, Raj. I really gotta thank you guys for that.
Like, it all comes down to just literally 1 or 2 trades a day and revising them after you're done.
Exactly.
That's it.
If you review your trades, you have that fresh memory for the next day. And next time something similar happens, you're going to remember. It's going to come up to your head.
Yeah, exactly. But if you keep on over trading, and let's say you spend 6 hours on the charts and those 6 hours was just constant trading, and when the next day you come on the chart, you're fresh from all the wounds. You're like, oh man, I had a tough day yesterday. Here we go again.
But we all know that feeling.
Yeah, I'm like, here we go again. But when you learn from the last day, and then you're like, all right, I'm well prepared for today. I'm well prepared from today. You know, but that here we go again feeling, man, I've felt that way too many times. How's your hair going? Pretty good. Coming out pretty good. I'm going to tell you this right now. If anyone's been thinking about getting a hair transplant, just do it. Just the best decision you're going to make for yourself. Don't worry about what people think. Just get it done. Your teaching of overtrading, cutting losses, short term were the game changer for me. I've been through multiple mentors. You've been the most impactful, 100%. Oh, nice. London session this week has been very dodgy. Yes. Yes, London session has been pretty difficult for people who trade London. New York session has been pretty good. You know, the week before this, New York session has been pretty bad and London has been pretty good. So, you know, sometimes those things happen too. Spreads will increase during NFP. That's true. When you set a buy and sell stop order before spreads increase, do you get the rate at the time? Yeah, so sometimes what happens is that when I have a buy stop and sell stop and the spreads do increase, those orders, they get activated. Those orders, they get activated, and it is what it is at that point, you know, and then you take a loss. So trading news, here's what I'm going to say. If you're going to copy me taking buy stops and sell stops on gold, understand this, that there's a 70% losing probability. You know, but the winning gains are much higher than the probability of losing. So that's what I'm taking here. So if I had a blue week, so I'm risking this on like a losing trade, but we'll see what happens. Are we going to have a simulation session this week? Yes, on Sunday we will have a simulation session. Oh wow, look at this. I haven't traded NFP. I got my first $700 week. I got my MT4 on my phone. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Beautiful. Simulation session on Sunday is probably going to be at 9 a.m. 8:30 or 9. We're going to post it in the announcements. What if there's not a wick on the candlestick for gold? Where would you place your limit orders? It's going to be above the candle then. How can we trade Forex legally in India? I have no idea. I live in Canada. Maybe talk to someone who lives in India. Where is the announcement? It's going to be posted. I'll think about whether to open the simulation for YouTube or not. I'll ask the Zoom people here if they will be okay with that. Let's take a look at GJ over here. Sells below 149.640, buys above 149.815. Okay. See, the only thing is this is a little too dodgy over here because we got wicks over here to the left hand side. Of course, we can fill this wick down here, 15 pips. Got another support down over here. Let's take a look at this point here, looking at 30-minute time frame. So what you're looking at is a support that we have right over here in the 30-minute time frame, and if we are breaking below this wick on the 30-minute, that should push price further down to fill this wick, right? 13 pips away. I think that's what you're looking at here. But we're looking at the 15-minute time frame. There's a minor support at this point, which kind of like tells me maybe not, you know. So I may want to just see what it happens rather than to execute, because, you know, also it's a Friday and could be pretty dodgy here too. Do you want the candle to close above or below resistance before you entry, or immediately when it's crossing? It depends from the chart. You know, it's a very subjective idea you placed over there. So it depends on the chart, depends on where we are. Just like when we look over here on USDJPY, for example, if you have the 15-minute candle closing bullish, let's say you have the 30-minute candle closing bullish, that means there's a very high probability for the next candle to continue moving bullish. You know, so this is something you want. You want to take buys closer to supports, and you want to take sells closer to resistances. All right, let's take a look at this Euro USD chart over here. This is sent by Mikkel Fredrickson. Euro USD. Looking for sells if candle closed bearish. Okay. Yeah, I guess we got a resistance at this point right over here. Resistance, you got support. This is the 15-minute time frame. I guess we'll have to wait for NFP. Anything to do with the dollar, wait for NFP. Whatever analysis you have on US dollar, you have to wait for NFP. Hey Raja, my 3-year-old daughter is asking what's your teacher's name. Hey Namra, my name is Raja. Raja Banks. Let's take a look over here at this point. If I have a 0.4 pip spread on GU, so I can put 5 pip stop on pending order in NFP. No, it depends on the candles. You need to send a chart based on that idea. Like a stop loss, it doesn't have to be 5 pips or 10 pips. It has to be based on the candles, basically. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. So GBP AUD impulse entry, I was expecting price to drive. See, the problem here was that the previous candle was bullish, right? And this is something we talk about in the impulse entry webinar we did. And for the Gulag, I think it's going to be pretty important for you to take a look at that as well. I'm going to paste the link there too. So if you go over here, there was an impulse entry class I did here. It was Wickfield's impulse entries. Yeah, right here. Right here. So you got to go through this class over here. This was a little virtual, this class I did. So on this class, we talk about what's the best way to look for an impulse entry. You want the previous candle to close bearish, and then you want the next one to break the low to have like a better impulse entry. You know, as the candle breaks the low of a bullish candle, it gets pretty risky at that point. So that's something to look at. I have an issue with Dolphin. Oh, discipline, sorry. When I win a trade, I leave the chart, but when I lose the trade, it's getting so hard to detach myself. Yeah, any advice? Yeah, I mean, just walk away. Like, when you win a trade, you walk away. When you lose a trade, you walk away. Same thing. It's the same thing. Any advice dealing with overconfidence during drawdowns? Yeah, just use a stop loss. You know, like when you go into drawdown, use a stop loss. Always make sure how you're going to lose less than what you anticipated to lose. How big does spread get on NFP? On NFP, the spread in gold, expect it to get up to 5 pips, 6 pips, 10 pips sometimes. I feel like I'm really improving my chart analysis over the past 12 months of trading. Could you please check it out? All right, Mr. Cyber Jobbies, I'll take a look at that. Ooh, we're also going to unveil the new model of Magic Keys. The new Magic Keys model is also being unveiled here today, so I'm going to show you guys. We got a range. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I don't know what's going to happen next. Probably opposite of my trade. That's a pretty negative thinking over there. Probably, yeah. I think price is ranging over here, and when price is ranging, you need to understand why is it ranging. So you need to look at the news. So we got NFP rolling out here in about 42 minutes, and in 42 minutes, I'm going to be entering a trade on NFP, and then we'll see where we can go from there.
Raja,
hey, Wick fella.
do we get an update for Magic Keys?
We get an update?
Yeah.
Oh no, just like we're introducing a new version of Magic Keys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you know, like you have iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 12. So this is like Magic Keys 2.0.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, there we go. Gulag doesn't know what Magic Key does. There's the Magic Keys website, and this is what it is. It's a handheld risk management device. Do you know if it would work to have? Oh, what's this? Do you know if it would work to have old Magic Key working on account and a new Magic Key working on account B? Yes, I haven't tried that, but I think it could work. Is there a big change? No, there's no big change at all. It's just a different design. That's about it. And the only change there is that it requires no batteries. You know, so we're still testing it. It requires no batteries. That's the only change. It's chargeable. You can recharge it. All right, so we got around 10 minutes left for this NY Open. Any executions yet? No, no executions at all today. We're not executing anyone today. Probably going to start to look for execute gold, but other than that, we're not executing anything right now. When will Magic Keys be in stock? Probably next week. We're going to open the pre-orders for Magic Keys, and then we're going to go about that. Every time I increase my lot size, I always get losses. I get back to my normal lot size, I win. How to conquer this? Now, this is something very normal that happens to people, you know. So, story time. This used to happen to me as well. So, what used to happen was I used to trade with the 50-cent lot, and whenever I used to upgrade my lot size to one lot, I would always have a losing trade. And I was, man, like, why? Why am I always having a losing trade with this? You know, and what would happen was I would always look at that losing trade and see that, okay, what did I do wrong in that losing trade? Because psychologically, we think that the market is watching us, banks and institutions are watching us, and whenever we increase the lot size, you know, we have a losing trade. And whenever you decrease the lot size, you always have a winning trade, right? But the thing is, whenever you're taking a trade on a higher lot size, there's a probability you're going to have a losing trade, right? And if you can manage that risk, that's still okay. But the worst thing you can do is to lower the lot size on the next trade, because what's happening is if you're increasing the lot size and you're taking a losing trade, you have to keep the same lot size on the next trade, so that if you do win that trade, you're probably at break even, right? Or you're proportional to that loss. But if you decrease the lot size and you win the trade, you're still in a net loss. So this takes a lot of time, you know, and whenever you're increasing the lot size, do make sure that you are really, really good at managing risk. You have to be extremely good at managing risk whenever you're increasing lot sizes. That's very important. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. 30-minute close bearish was my confirmation to go down. Entered sell. 80% at break even, rest in pocket. Beautiful. Very, very well done. Let's take a look at this trade idea. Oh, okay, we got a trade idea over here now. So if the market moves with high speed one way, trailing stop will secure me and I get profit. And so you got a sell stop down here, 5 pip stop loss. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, 5 pip stop loss, because spread is going to take it out. So, I mean, you can try it if it works. What worked for me is to do buy stops and sell stops and put my mouse on the X button, whichever gets activated. So we shall see what happens here today. We got about 7 minutes left for New York Open, and we're still ranging over here. Gold is ranging, USD/JPY is ranging, pound yen is really ranging over here. So we'll have to see what happens here now. In the meantime, I'm going to show you guys the new update which we have over here on Magic Keys. One sec.
I got a baby, we could give it a me.
Are you looking for long or short positions on gold? My bias is short based on good numbers on gold. That's the bias. Bias is shorts. But we're going to see with the news and what happens. So when it comes to managing risk, do you always cut 50% at the break of the high or the low of the 15-minute candle, or when you are down like 6 pips, you cut 50%? I cut 50% when a high or a low of a 15-minute candle is basically broken. All right, what's this? So I'm at a 15% drawdown over the past 3 months as a total, which is around 26 bucks. I have been going over the trades that I've been taking and realized that my analysis was right. But it's either that I take a trade prematurely, any advice that would help. Yeah, so basically, if a trade goes in your favor, I've said it again, just look to see how you could have given your trade a second chance. You know, I always give my bias a second chance, all the time. You have to give your bias a second chance. So this is the new version of Magic Keys here. Let me show you guys over here. Bring this down. All right. Let's make it a little bigger here. Oh, let's remove this banana here from the side with having bananas. So this is what we got. This is a wireless. This is completely wireless. It has it comes with a charging cable. You know, comes with your USB thing, but it kind of like it's metal, but it's not metal. But it's silver. So for comparison, we'll show you the older one. So this was the first one right here. This was the first one right here. These are only 3 made, and this was the first sample I had. And this was one which we had the first one, and then this is the newer version right over here. You know, so this requires battery, this requires no batteries. It's basically charging. So it looks like an Apple product. So if you have your iPhone next to it, it's going to look like the same thing. More sleeker design, and you know, I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, we'll see where we're working on the price for this right now. The price that we got quoted is way too expensive. The price we got quoted was like 250, and we're like, no, it can't happen. Can't happen at all. This is way too much. So we're working on certain logistics to bring the price down to kind of like the same level we were at with the older one.
Hey, Raja.
Hey, Michael.
Just quickly, when do you expect to be getting those newer versions out? I think you mentioned it earlier. I'm not sure. Not that I'm in a rush. I'm just curious.
Probably beginning of April.
Excellent.
Yeah, beginning of April.
Roger, you should create a trading program, man.
Yeah.
Trading your old magic stick, get 30 bucks off and resell the old ones.
Yeah. Like our aim is to create basically a platform like MetaTrader. That's the aim right now. So we can stop hunt everybody. All right, let's take a look at it. No, just joking. Enter trade when 1 hour candle close below 149.730. Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky here. It's going to be a little tricky because you got a support here. I mean, the 30 minutes creating a support here too on pound yen. It's going to be a really sticky situation over here. So you'll have to wait a little bit. I think you're ignoring a support, which is right over here. You got to keep that support in mind. So you'll have to be very, very careful here today. It's a Friday. Please do not take any irrational trades. Look at that 30-minute candle. Close bullish, right? Boom, create support. Now we're ranging. Looking at USDJPY, we're also above the support. Looking at gold, we're tapping into that minor resistance. We got 30 minutes left for NFP. And I think it's going to be, man, I think if the 30-minute candle closes with 2 wicks on the top and the bottom, I think it's going to be a really, really good indication, just like right over here, to place, buy stops and sell stops. Because if you look at the data here, let's take a look at the data here, right? Let's look at all the way from February 2020. Really good numbers. Really good numbers here. Really good numbers here. And then look, May, lockdowns came in. 2 million jobs went out the window. And then we had really positive numbers in June. 2 million jobs came back. 4 million jobs came back. 1.1, 1.7, 1.3, then 600,000 loss. You know, so we were going in negatives here slowly. Now slowly, what's happening now? Now February numbers were pretty bad, right? Slowly, we've seen like in the U.S. they're trying to open up the economies here slowly. Like, you know, people are still going back to their jobs. We had ADP really good numbers. You know, so we're expecting really good numbers for NFP here as well. For people who don't know what ADP is a company that processes payrolls for large organizations. Oh no, they actually had really bad numbers. Sorry. Yeah, so that's what they do. So they said that, okay, this month, this is what they did. 117,000 payrolls that they administered. You know, so based on that, I mean, who knows what NFP is going to be like. They're expecting good numbers. If they're good numbers above 197, we can have a really strong move on gold. You know, but if it's below, let's say 49,000, or even if it's below 197.49, we might see a break of, you know, 1,700 on gold. So we'll see. But a lot of news do indicate that the US dollar is on its way towards recovery, you know, with the stimulus coming in, and they're really pumping up the dollar there. But we're going to see what happens here. The guy who announces this news could easily be a millionaire. Oh, yes. More than a millionaire. I think billionaires. So we can send the old one in and get the new one on low price? No, this is not old book bank. No, man. How does that make sense? Do you send in an Apple iPhone to get the new one? No.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Shit, man. What kind of a... And nah, it doesn't... Things don't work like that in the world. It's not like you buy a TV and 2 years later they get a new TV. You're like, hey, let me send the old one back and you guys send me a new one for cheap. No. They'll probably won't even entertain that discussion at all. God damn. If that's how businesses worked, businesses wouldn't work at all. You've seen a lot of NFPs. You see often a correction after a heavy push on gold or a continuation. Yes, sometimes I have seen that. And the only scenarios where we've seen a big correction is that whenever the numbers have come as expected and there's been a big move on gold, right? If there's been a big move on gold when the numbers came as expected, after a little while, price corrects itself because, you know, market sees that as, oh, okay, so there was no need for a move up or a move down since the numbers were the same, and it will basically correct itself. What do you guys think of small investments on the side while focusing on Forex like stocks, crypto, since it's set and forget process? I think it's pretty good. I'm invested in a stock called Canada Drone Delivery. Yeah, this thing right over here. I'm invested in this stock right here, Canada Drone Delivery Corp, right here on the side. I bought it at $1.38. So, you know, I'm in it for the next 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. So we'll see how that goes. Raja wants to game stock this stock. Yeah, I mean, man, it's promising. Like if you look at it this way, look at where the technology is heading. Look at where automation is heading right now. You're going to see that we're moving towards more of robotics, right? And you're going to see how bigger corporations like, you know, like Amazon, Uber, they're slowly moving into drone delivery systems. They already have drones working in their warehouses. Now they're looking at drone delivery systems, especially for like, you know, condos, apartments, and stuff like that. So when smaller companies like these, they do research on drone delivery systems, there's always a bigger company that may say, hey, rather than us doing our own research, how about we just buy out this company? And when they buy out their company, what happens to their valuation? It goes up, and the stock goes up. And if you're in the stock, you make money on that, and then you sell it. So that's my whole reasoning behind Canada drone delivery. And I don't know if you are not in Canada how you can buy the stock. I have no idea. I'm in Canada, and it made sense to me. No, actually, it made no sense to me. My buddy told me, hey, I think this is a good stock. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. Just like when you're new in trading and someone tells you, hey, I think this is going to go up, you're like, okay, I'll buy it. That's what happened with me. What do you think about copy trading? I think it's good. Copy trading is good as long as you can manage your risk appetite there in copy trading. What do you think about the hype of Dogecoin? I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I got a couple thousand Dogecoins. Since it's pretty cheap, you can buy a couple thousand and just play with it. The most I have invested in Dogecoin is like $600, and it's pretty interesting to look at it every day. It just goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Bought it for the fun of it, nothing serious. Amazon just opened the first grocery store in London, Ealing. You just go and pick up stuff and walk out. Oh, yes, that's where technology is heading. Tracking you, what you're getting, what you're buying. Do you think that stop orders on NFP are kind of gambling? So we are off on the edge? Yes. Pending orders, buy stops and sell stops for NFP is borderline gambling. I'm not going to deny that. It's borderline gambling, and that's what I'm doing over here. The only reason I'm doing that here is because I've had a blue week so far. So I'm risking part of my profits for that. All right. What do you think NFP is going to be like? Well, what I can tell you is it's going to be pretty aggressive. We got about 20 minutes left here for an NFP, and we're going to see how far we go with this. Yeah, they're looking at really good numbers over here. Change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. Can someone please post the link to that book again? Oh, I think someone has that link to the book. Do you use Canadian broker or foreign broker? I use an offshore unregulated broker. That's what I use. I use an offshore unregulated broker. And the only reason why is because on an offshore unregulated broker, I get extremely good trading environment to trade on. I get lower spreads, I get lower commissions, I get fast executions, I can hedge positions, I can do whatever I want. On a regulated broker, here's the thing. When you have a regulated broker, that broker has to adhere to the regulations of the country they're operating in. Let's say if you're trading on Oanda, right? Oanda, you're trading in Canada, you're going to have extremely low leverage, right? Low leverage, you're going to have higher spreads. There's certain things you can't do, so which is why I go with the unregulated broker.
Hey, Raja.
Hey, Michael.
When I started, I actually went with Oanda, and the leverage, I think their max here in Canada is 50-1.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was that?
Let's just say, well, I'm not with Oanda anymore.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Spreads were like 13, 15, like insane. So I got out of there. I'm with Blackpool. No.
Yeah, Blackpool's also pretty good.
I tried Trader's Domain, and apparently they don't accept Canadian residents. I was pretty bummed out.
Yeah, the only way to get around that is to choose crypto as your country and then deposit via crypto.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but Blackpool is also really good. They're doing really well in Canada too.
Their customer service is like pretty cool. Like they call me, they're like just checking up on me, like wow. I have to tell them slow down.
Yeah. All right, we got 20 minutes left over here. When should you stop backtesting? Never. You can never stop backtesting. I backtest every day. Every day I backtest. And backtesting comes from, let's say if you spend your days here on Friday, right? You try to take a trade on gold, you don't take a trade, or you lose a trade, you win a trade. And let's say you try to take a trade on pound yen here as well. And backtesting comes from backtesting the session you already spent time on. So that's what I'd like to do. For someone, do you meditate here and there? I do not meditate at all. Yeah, I don't meditate. Just the green tea, yes, just the green tea. Just the green tea and green stuff. That's my meditation, but I don't go out of my way to meditate. I don't think meditate is going to make me a better trader. I'm going to become a better trader if I focus on 1 or 2 trades. That's it. And that all comes from willpower. Some people have strong willpower to stick to 1 or 2 trades. Some people don't have strong willpower to stick to 1 to 2 trades. And that's about it. I mean, I've tried meditation, and it didn't really help me that much. And I just thought about it logically. Like, market doesn't give 2 fucks about your meditation. Market is just going to do what it's going to do. I mean, if you're going to be in drawdown, meditation won't pull you out of drawdown. Trust me, I've tried it. And the only thing that helped me was managing risk and taking 1 or 2 trades at the end of the day. I mean, that worked perfectly. Dylan Explorers, Raja, is Jeevan a better analysis than you? Yes, Jeevan is a better analysis than me. Buy stop and sell stop on gold? Yes, probably in about 17-18 minutes. I'm going to have a buy stop and sell stop on gold, and then we can see where price is going to head off to after that. Oh, someone said it right over here. Meditation is not going to help your trade performance, it's going to help your life performance. That's absolutely true. That is true.
Or taking red win like a
champ.
No, like Kevin.
Like a Kevin. That's funny. All right, let's take a look here. GJ looking better. GJ is in consolidation right now. Look at that. It's just crazy. 30-minute resistance, support, just ranging at this point. What do you think about 1670 support on gold? I think that's pretty achievable. If we break below 1690, gold should continue down towards 1680. And with the numbers they're trying to predict here, 197 over 49,000. If the numbers are more than 197, man, gold is really, really going to continue dropping. So we got about 15 minutes left for this candle to close. And then we're going to be putting in our, I'm going to be putting in my pending orders, my buy stops and my sell stops, and I'm going to show you guys exactly where I put them. I'm getting butterflies right now.
My bias is still that gold is going to short hard and heavy, and again, I could be wrong, but
yeah, we'll see what happens. How would GJ buys look on the 15-minute close? Let's take a look on the 15-minute over here. Pretty messy. I would want to see a 30-minute candle to close above. I would say maybe have a candle cross above these wicks. Yeah, right here. Cross above these wicks so that you have clean range right over here for price to move up. That's what I want to see. Like around 149,900 would be a much better execution area. 149,900. What will you have TP in mind? My TP is going to be whatever profit I can secure. So I'm going to be doing that. So whenever you're trying to put buy stops and sell stops, you're expecting price to move quick. You know, you're not expecting price to like hang around there and kind of like, you know, like think about where it's going to go. You're expecting it to move quick. Whether it moves 30 pips, 40 pips, 50 pips, whatever the case is, you're expecting it to move. How can we do pending orders with Magic Keys? It's pretty simple. You hit market pending, and it's going to show you the pending orders. Will you execute a trade in 5-minute chart in gold? No. It's written on the screen right over here. Potential gold pending orders on 30-minute time frame. I realize that I always lose on Monday, but the other days I'm winning. Well, maybe stop trading Monday then. Or maybe try to see what's going on Monday that's causing you to lose. Hey Raja, is there a way to know the name of the offshore brokerage? Yeah, there's a bunch of them. There is Traders. Oh, the Traders domain is pretty good. Used this a lot. I've used Hugo's Way, but then it moved away from Hugo's Way because I had some issues with their withdrawal methods. They sent my withdrawal in 4 portions, and I was like, "Why'd you guys send it in 4 portions?" Like one came in one day, the next came in 2 days later, and then in 4 portions. I was like, well, what? So, yeah. Traders domain is pretty good. Any news on Dominion markets? Yes, we're waiting for Metacodes to sort out some legalities. They're very strict now at this time, so that's taking a long time right now. It's been over 2 months now. Man, I remember this one time I was trading CPI news on gold, and I had a sell stop on gold, and when my order got activated, it went negative for about 30 pips, and then it dropped 60 pips. And when I looked at the chart, what happened was that, let's say I had my order right over here, my sell stop was right over here. What happened was price slipped my order by 40 pips right down over here, and then it got activated and dropped 60 pips more. So I got really, really, really lucky with that. So whenever you're using pending orders, just understand you can get slipped. You know, so we got about 12 minutes left right now. 12 minutes. Probably going to end my winning streak here for the week, or I'm going to extend it.
I am just here to watch Netflix.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Any idea on Euro USD? No, Euro USD, I guess you'll have to wait for NFP. Let's take a look over here. Euro USD. Look at Euro USD. Yeah, Euro USD is ranging over here. And the only reason it's ranging is because we have a high volatile news event coming up in about 10 minutes. Have you ever used hot Forex? No. This is not trading, it's gambling. Yes, exactly. It is gambling. I'm going to be using pending orders, buy stops and sell stops once again for the 10th time. And it's going to be a bust or it's going to be a win. That's what it's going to be. There's no analysis here. Friday, usually I don't take a trade. Friday, I encourage people not to take a trade because if you take a loss on a Friday, it doesn't really make sense, right? But since this is a high volatile news event, so I'm willing to gamble some of my profits made from this week on this news event. That's what I'm doing here today. So, you know, whoever wants to join me, you're welcome. But remember, use very low risk in these trades. You know, I don't want anyone crying later, hey man, I got slipped because of you. Oh, I copied you, I got slipped, I took a loss. No, I don't want any crying people coming to me. Would you recommend Magic Keys for a complete beginner starting out? Probably No, you need to, for a beginner, magic keys is going to be a little bit overwhelming, but because you need to understand how to manage risk, you need to understand, like, you know, what risk management basically is, how price moves and stuff like that. Once you really understand those things, then I think magic keys is an extremely, extremely good tool for you, you know, when it comes to a trade management. It's not like I'm touting my own product, it's because I use it every day. You know, when I use something every day, of course I'm going to say it's good. Just like green tea, I drink it every day. When you say use low risk, you mean low lot size or lower stop loss? It means a lower lot size. Where will you put your sell stop and buy stop? It says right over here. You can see right over here, buy stop above the wick, sell stop below the wick. But we still got to wait for this candle to close. I remember last year you had a separate account for NFP. Yes. Oh, so what else I used to do was I used to put aside, let's say if you're really gonna go full retard on this news event over here. And what you want to do at that point is, let's say if you have $1,000 account, put aside 10% or put aside 5%. You know, put aside a small amount and just go full on with that on news and just get it over with. You know, because a lot of times when there's a news event coming in and people get really excited about it, they're like, oh, I'm going to go full margin on this news event on their main account. No, if you want to get that itch done, put aside like a small amount, $100, $200, $500, something you can afford to lose in like 5 minutes or even 5 seconds, you know. Just do that. Would you trust a company you deposit funds into that is unregulated, but the brokerage is regulated, that they apparently trade under? It depends. I mean, if you can tell us the name, we can probably do some investigation, but it depends. But trust me, man, if someone's gonna run away with your money, whether it's a regulated broker or unregulated broker, they're gonna run away with your money. I had money in Quadriga FX. It was a regulated crypto exchange in Canada. They ran away with $200 million, man. So it's gonna happen. Not my 200 million. I mean, I didn't have that much, but still, you know, total overall. Ooh, we have 4,400 people here watching today. Welcome, welcome. I think our record has been like 5,200. Yeah, it's been around 5,200. Total with Zoom, I think we have around 4,800 people tuned in today, waiting for NFP. We're going to be using pending orders for NFP on a 30-minute time frame, and we're going to see either it's going to be a bang or it's going to be a bust. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Raja.
Hey, Michael.
It's me again. Real quickly, I was just looking at FX Street News, and like 50 minutes ago on gold. I know you don't rely on that too much, but they're saying that they're eyeing the support levels at 1660. And right now it's at what's that? 1698. Sorry, no. 1697, yeah. So they're saying on FX News that FX Street News it's going to go to 1660, but again, don't quote me on that.
Yeah. See, the thing about those things is that they're also like people who are looking at that support. They're like guys like us, basically. You know, so 1660, 1670. I think that's a much deeper support here. Let's take a look. 1660, yeah, that's the wick here on the weekly right here. 1660. Let's see what happens here. We got 5 minutes left. Raja, is Michael Uncle Ted's cousin? No. I don't know. How do you even get to that?
That's what I was wondering, like, hell, holy.
How do you even get to that conclusion? All right. Okay, so at this point, I think what I'm going to do over here is take a look here. So we're looking at gold. And what I want to do on gold is to have a buy stop at, I think my buy stop would be good at 17.0140. Yep, that's where my buy stop is going to be. Actually, this price is 16.99, 17, yeah, 17.0130. I'm going to change it to.
So you're trying to price in case it slips.
Yes.
Just let them know that.
17.0130 is my buy stop, and I'm just going to wait about 2 minutes to put my sell stop in. I feel like Raja is so undisciplined doing this. No, I've had a good week. I've had a really good week. So I'm risking about, I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? This week, yeah, this week I did really well. So I'm risking about $500, you know. That's still okay. I can risk $500 to make $1,000, $1,500. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good buy stop. Nice. Sell stop is going to be somewhere around, I would say, let's see here, maybe at 1692. Yeah, 1693 maybe. Sell stop 1693, but I'm going to wait like a minute before, and then I'm going to put my sell stop at 1693. And then it's game time. Everybody go like the stream. NFP, let's go grab your popcorn. Oh, Daniel. Yeah, it's going to be sick. 17.0130 buy stop. Possibly looking at 1693 sell stop. The reason is because they're like, how wide are your stops? Usually, again, I have no stop loss. There's no stop loss. There's no stop loss. My mouse is going to be on the X button to close the trade if it goes in drawdown. That's what I'm aiming for over here. But the way this thing is moving, I wanted to create a wick so that I can have a sell stop. So right now I only have a buy stop placed at this point.
Man, almost 5,000 people watching.
Yeah, we got almost 5,000 people here today.
And watch after 8:31, 700 gone.
700 just log off. You know, they're like, screw this shit, man. All right. We got a minute left here now. I don't like the way it's already moving down. I want to kind of like create a wick so that I can have a safe sell stop. Yeah, 16.
Kelvin is not in the game today.
I don't see him, so he's probably not here.
Okay.
Scam in March coming up.
All right, so I got a sell stop at 1693. Stop 1693. So we got a buy stop at 1701, got a sell stop at 1693. There's no stop loss on either one of them. If even one of them gets activated and goes in drawdown, just close it out quick. Close that out quick times. But if it goes in profits, just take the profits and call it a day. So otherwise, it could become a very delicate situation. All right. Oh, wow. Look at these spreads. Imagine nothing even happens. Oh, sell got activated. Sell got activated over here. Ooh, we got 10 pips. Nice. 15, 20. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just got this sell stop right here. Sell got activated. Booked profits, closed the trade, got about 12 pips from it. That's about it. Quick time. Where did it close? It closed in about 7 pips over here.
How was the news?
Oh wow, 379,000 jobs. 379. Oh, look at that entire gulag here won today. They're all saying 12 pips, 20 pips. Beautiful. Look at the news. I think it was a really, really good NFP. So congratulations everyone. Whoever booked profits here today. NFP, quick win. That's it. 379,000. Look at that number, bro. This thing is going to continue dropping. Gold is going to continue dying here today. There's no reason why gold should not die today. Yeah, this is going to be very, very amazing here today. I'm super happy that NFP did exactly what we said it would. Came down. People secured profits. So whoever won today secured profits, 10 pips, 12 pips. Awesome. Congratulate yourself today. Nice. The Friday, and on Friday, you got a winning trade on Friday in 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, man. 2 seconds. Great. Call it a day here now. You know, there's no reason to kind of overtrade at this point. Oh, someone is saying 200% account grow. I don't know how that happens. How can we explain that ADP were bad and this was good? The only way to explain that is because ADP is a company, right? And company released its data. A company's data is not going to affect the market. NFP is going to affect the market. So look at this, 379,000. Crazy. Insane.
ADP's data, I mean, it was worse than expected, but it was still better than the month before. So it's still positive news, right?
Yeah. Wow, look at that gold still running over here. Man, I'm pretty satisfied with this move here today. Did you close already or have a runner? I had 2 positions. I closed one at I think at 4 pips, 6 pips, and I just closed the second one right down over here, 1688. And we're breaking the support. I think as the news gets absorbed into the market, it's going to continue falling down towards 1680. GA just ranged, I guess. Oh, Euro USD. Look, see, Euro USD also moved down after this consolidation. Let's look at USDJPY. USDJPY moved up here. This was beautiful in USDJPY. See this? Price made a high, came down, created support, boom, straight up. Really pleased here today. So I think the only thing we can learn from this point is that once we had a sell stop down at 1693, that was the indication that we may continue moving down. And when we look at the numbers, really positive numbers here. So it made sense for price to continue down. So pretty good ideas today.
Hi Raja, can you? I have a question right now.
Yes, sir.
News was good, right? So why is why is US30 moving down right now? Is there any correlation with that?
US30.
Yeah. Actually, I was in trade. Like I have a swing trade over there. Like instant heavy drawdown. I'm like, what? Yeah. So.
Instant heavy drawdown. I have no idea. It should realistically go up. But
yeah, exactly. That's what I was expecting to happen.
But at the same time, it's not correlated with the US dollar news. It's mostly to do with the Fortune 500 companies and how they look at data. I don't know much about US30 though, I'm sorry. Like it's mostly to do with like stocks and stuff like that.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. But even if you look on the 4 hour, 1 hour, yeah, candle closed above, looking at 30-minute time frame. I don't think buys made sense at all over here either because, you know, the candles, they were closing with smaller bodies, right? Look at the 15-minute time frame. I mean, the 30-minute was smaller bodies. So smaller bodies basically mean low volume. And also, I think since there was news, should have been careful doing news as well. Wow, this week I've had 0 losses. I was getting ready to have a loss over here on gold.
Yeah, me too, man. I was in some pretty serious drawdown from last night, and NFP took it down to break even on 2 of them. So I just closed them out real quick, and then I caught a little bit of a blue trade too. So happy with it.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Amazing. Beautiful. So we can see there's a support right here. News came out. Even though if it stays in the range, I do believe by NYSE open, we will start coming down on gold, down towards 1676, 1678. Pound yen is now starting to move up here a lot too. All right, what's this? What's going on over here? Thanks a lot. That was a great learning opportunity. I caught 9 pips on NFP, which put me at 8-1 for the week. Oh, beautiful. So I think this session here today, the live session we had today, was a really good example of how to correctly use impulse entries. No, pending orders. Yeah, I think that's what it was here today. How to correctly use pending orders. Oh, someone had a $500 week, man. Congratulations. Beautiful. $500. That's amazing. That is amazing. My first job in Canada was in 2016, and I remember for 2 weeks, the first 2-week paycheck was $640. And at that point, I was like, oh, wow, $640. My coworker got $720, and I was like, why the hell did you get $720? And I got $640. And now mans are making $500 a week. I think if you're making any profits this week, just secure something, or just like withdraw something. Withdraw anything. Withdraw like $50, $100, just withdraw something so that's real to you and you can use that. And as you can see right over here, as our examples right here, you can see everything worked just as planned. Candle, buy stop above, sell stop below. We followed our plan and it worked out perfectly. But if you're still holding a sell right now on gold, not a good idea at all right now, man. Will gold drop further? This could mean one thing. Either you haven't taken a sell, or you're in a sell and in a drawdown. Or you took a sell down over here. Man. See, here, there are people who took a sell down over here. 100%. I used to do that before, and I can guarantee you there are people who took sells down over here, and now they're saying, oh, the broker is stop hunting me right now. No, it's a retracement after the news. The broker ain't doing shit right now.
But there's still not a reason why they took a sell down there, because even it didn't break the 30-minute wick to the left of it, the low. So,
yeah,
So if you took a sell right there, you played yourself.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
If GJ could close above that 149 890 area. Potential buys with momentum to break that little mini support that Roger was talking about at 149.75. Sorry, resistance.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
Get that money, Gulag.
Mira, dímelo, puñeta, indicando desde PR.
Cadê os brasileiros aqui no Zoom?
Não há brasileiros, meu amigo. Que é só tu, velho.
Viva o Brasil!
Viva o Brasil! Não é possível?
Tudo junto, tudo junto. Make that money rain, son.
All right, see you, sir. I see you.
Ooh, US30 is moving now. Damn. As soon as Raja leaves, Zoom turns into Gulag. No, because there's no one to mute people. Oh wow, what a move on US30 over here. I think this was just a retracement here for price to continue bullish. My God, I hope gold goes down. Drawdown sucks. Well, that's what happens when you don't secure positions. I mean, we do this every day. Every day we say secure positions, don't let go in drawdown, secure positions, manage risk, you know. But hey, if you're ending your day on Friday in a losing trade after you've been on the stream today, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, what to say. I mean, everything was pointed out clearly, correctly. There was no hidden agendas. Everything was crystal clear here today. So if you're having a losing day here after being on the stream, man, that's just something you need to understand at that point. Maybe you need some more education. Today's stream is so funny. I am laughing my head off to your comment. Oh. My system was hedge and I lost my account. Oh. Today I literally put food on the spoon and the spoon went in your mouth. That's what happened today. Literally, that's exactly what happened today. And if you closed your mouth before the spoon went in, or you bit the spoon, then guess what happened? You hurt your teeth, right? Or you didn't get any food in the mouth. All right, perfect. Let's take a look at pound yen. Pound yen still open. You know what? I'm going to call it a day over here. I mean, there's no reason for me to stay on. It's a Friday. I'm going to start to enjoy my weekend here now. Had 0 losses this week. Every trade we called out here in the stream except for Thursday. Looks like US30 is also moving up here. So those who won, congratulations. If you're ending the week in the profits, I mean, if you can, just withdraw something, right? Withdraw some amount to make yourself feel better. Otherwise, it is what it is. We'll have a simulation session on Sunday. The time will be announced in the announcements. For the Gulag, we'll see if we can stream that here for you guys too. But we'll see what happens. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.